Welcome to a new video. This was my training session from Monday where I went very heavy. So in the last week on this day of the week on Monday, I did a lighter session where I did some pause snatch powers, some push press, and some overhead press. So it was relatively light, certainly not like the session that is here. So I'm slightly ahead of schedule in that regard, but it's kind of one of those adjustments that you can make week to week. I'm still trying to repeat workouts on the same day, but I want this day to be kind of a heavier day if I can. Obviously, that would be progress in a sense. If I do a heavy session on Sunday, I feel good enough to do more heavy work the next day, and I'm also able to get other accessory work in. It also helped that I was at the gym today. I feel like if I was at home, I would have done a lot less from just a weightlifting standpoint, but of course from an accessory standpoint. And I'll talk more about the accessory work I did today towards the end of this video. But I worked on muscle snatches, as you saw, up to 80, and then did some pause snatches. Last week when I did pause snatches, I went up to 115 and did my working sets there because I was feeling pretty good. I was feeling like I was catching the bar well. Besides, I get up to 110 and I missed that the first time, but then I made it. But in general, I felt like I was getting enough on the bar. Like I just felt confident to keep moving up. So I went up to 120 and missed it 3 times, which is annoying, but it just kind of shows that my maximum, at least currently for this movement, is between 115 and 120. 120, I feel like I could have done if I would have had no misses all the way up. I feel like I would have had a good chance at hitting it. My best ever pause snatch below the knee, or I guess that's the only version I do, is 123. So 120 is extremely close to that, of course, but I was really happy with this 120 here. And I guess it's not like a true super long pause, but the idea is still there. It kind of slows down that first pull with that pause slash hesitation. And of course it's noticeable, so it's not like me coping with the tempo snatches. But the second one was my closest one. I just had to get it back a little bit more. And then this last one, I was just too fatigued with it. But in a sense, like I don't like having multiple misses like this in a session and just, missing a whole bunch. But in a sense, it's good because you're confident enough to be trying those weights. But that's not kind of the goal of this training block right now. It's not to get up to a maximum weight, it's to build consistency. So ideally, the next time I do pause snatches, I would like to have no misses, but to get up to that 115 again and to be able to do that multiple times a little bit better. But it's, I guess, kind of a relapse into going to maximal training, but that's kind of just the life of a weightlifter. If you feel good, you kind of always want to push up a little bit heavier. Another indicator that I was feeling strong on this day are these clean jerks. So this is 130 and this one felt good, but I took the normal jumps that I did in the last session with 60, 100, 130, and then 145, and I didn't have any misses, and you can see the ease of this clean jerk here. So it tells me that just in general training is going well, and I guess it's kind of an indicator too because I was able to attempt even the 120 in the snatch. But here, if you remember last week when I did the pause clean plus pause jerks, they were really difficult, and this one was a lot easier. So that was certainly encouraging and kind of an indicator that things are moving in the right direction. Just have to continue to be I guess more mentally tough on the snatches and just not want to increase the weight, but to want to make it look better. And because I'm doing well with that with clean jerks, I get up to 145 and I don't feel like I want to go up any more than that. But with squats here, I got up to 200, as you see, nothing too difficult. But then I did a couple drop sets of pauses with 120, 150, and then 170. As you see, the 170, it didn't move very difficult, but my left calf wasn't hurting. I was starting to feel a lot of hypertrophy, and I think a lot of that's from my knee wraps getting pushed down on my legs a little bit and kind of pinching that off slightly, so getting some blood restriction training. And I felt that like pump, and I was like, well, I don't want to push past it because I don't want it to start to cramp, because that was similar to when I injured it before during the prep. It didn't really hurt until it like felt like that cramping feeling, and I guess I kind of probably strained it, or I don't know, just a bad cramp, but I did not want to experience that again. But I would like to do that 170 for a triple, and I definitely felt like it was there if my calf wasn't pumped out of its mind. But I guess that's what happens when I have large calves. They just get hypertrophied no matter what. Then finished with some snatch RDLs last week, or the last time I did these, not last week, but I think 2 weeks ago, I did 100. So I just started right at 120. It's not a difficult movement for me. Thankfully, like RDLs, I get a lot of bang for my buck because they're very mentally easy to do because of just how I'm built for them. And I just get a lot of benefit from them because I don't have to think very hard for them. And you can see here, like I just do set to 10 without much strain with it. Although I looked like I was straining there at the end. But next time I do these, I would like to push up a little bit more, of course. But I'm not really too worried about pulls as long as I continue to progress from there. Real quickly, I'll talk about some of the accessory work. So I did some leg extension, some lying leg curl. I didn't do calves on this day. I don't know if I'll continue to do calves. I don't think that it's going to be a huge benefit one way or the other. I might still do them occasionally, but they're just kind of, I find them boring to do. I tried to do some like hip adduction, hip abduction work, because what I was noticing, I think I talked about this a couple videos ago with the pull of the weight, my right leg kind of moving inward a little bit. Doing some mobility work and some strength work related to that would be beneficial, but I'm kind of getting around that with some just work actually when I'm doing stretching and mobility work outside of training. Just kind of if you're like laying on your back and you just extend your hips up, the I don't know, it's mostly like a glute exercise, but I spread my feet super far to the sides to get more of that hip activation, and I've been feeling it pretty good in the area where it feels like it's weak with that. So I'm going to continue to hammer those and just do that along with stretching. But yeah, productive session, got a lot of work done, and yeah, that's it for this one. I'll talk to you on the next one, and I hope you all have a great day. Peace.